Pebbles, what do you think? It's all torn down. What do you think of the block? Do you think we're gonna need to own it? Let's have a look. I've cleaned up a little, got all the necessities in here. All the other parts I've put in the boot of the car, so everything around the motor is in the boot, and just the block, the crank, the heads, the intake manifold, the exhaust manifolds, the pistons, the conrods, all of those goodies are now in the garage. So I've been busy taking out all the oil squirters from the block. So I've got all of these guys taken out and the oil squirters from inside the cylinders out. So I'm just gonna get those washed out. 4 of the 6 oil squirters were blocked, and the various banjo bolts that go on the top of this were also blocked, so those need to be cleaned out quite thoroughly. So I've been laying these oil squirters in a little bit of paraffin or solvent based engine cleaner, and then I'm going to clean them out with a detergent based engine cleaner. Now I'm going to hone this block, and I'm going to be using a honing tool that I've been using for a while. It's this normal 3-stone honing tool, and it works with brake fluid as the cutting compound. So what you do is you put the brake fluid onto the stones as well as into the cylinder, and then you run it with a variable speed drill so that you can get a nice hone on the inside of the block. If I switch on the light here, you'll see there are honing marks on the inside of the cylinders, but I just want to get most of the glazing out so that stuff like this goes away, stuff like that goes away. There's no ridge on the block as far as I can feel, so Pebbles agrees that the honing is just gonna be to freshen it up, and then we should, well, once we get it back from the engineers, I'm sure they'll tell us that everything is within spec. So let's get to that. Okay, so now I've got the fluid onto the honing tool. I'm just going to attach it to the drill, and then we're going to try and hone it. So let's have a look at that. So what you want to do is the first round, it's in and out 7 times, and it's rather slowly, and then the second round you're going to do in and out 7 times fast. So that will increase the width or the wave of the swirls being made, and it will give you less uniform scratches, which is better. So you get a cross hatch that is more random, basically. That is 7 times on fast. Okay, just need to add more cutting compound. We'll just wipe it out and see what it looks like on the inside. Okay. So I've just got a cloth here. We're gonna wipe down cylinder 1. Just gonna add some more cutting compound. Good amount of cutting compound in there. So that is primed. So now we're going to do it on a slow you don't want that to happen very bad. 7. So that's 7. And cylinder 1 is now completed. Looks a bit grimy though, but not bad. Okay, let's have a look at our bores and see exactly what we're dealing with. So this is 4 over there, 5 over here, and 6 if I have it correctly. And Pebbles will agree that it looks way better. You can still see that little ridge over there, but it doesn't go all around, it's just on one side of the cylinder. Number 5 ridge is non-existent, and 6 actually turned out quite good given what it looked like before. So not bad, but I'd still send that into a machine shop for them to have a look at it and to tell me what's going on the inside. So let's have a look at 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is number 1. You can see there's a little line over there indicative of a ridge. Number 2 is not much of a ridge here, can't really feel it. Number 3 has its ridge and the cross hatching inside it. It's not bad. So yeah, I'm still gonna send this off to the machine shop to have it looked at, but we've got our cylinders honed, and that's how you do cylinder hone at home. Normally, if you can afford it, you'd use a different tool as opposed to what I'm using over here. The tool that I'd prefer to use is a flex hone tool, but where I'm from you really don't get those very readily available, so I used what I had. And yeah, it does a good job. I've used this tool a few times on different engines and they run just fine once they're done. So it's all about personal preference at the end of the day, I guess.